You know what? I said to myself, this stuff is not going to be well presentable doing stuff like this to people, and demonstrate them. Something like this is a proof. It's actually barely visible. It doesn't do me a really good job. I said to myself, you know what? Why don't we just go and demonstrate to people basically how people are actually being killed? And I did already. I went on to take time and write myself right here through this blog here that I'm gonna post the video. It's gonna be the video that I'm gonna use as an example of this stuff here. And you know what? I described absolutely everything. I described absolutely everything here. Everything you see here under this link here. Now I'm gonna title this link as how Sia murders using internet. I'm sure you understand the message. Smile is a brand. It's a watch brand. The British royals refer to one as a smell. As a smell, as no good. Smell. No good. And it doesn't have really nothing to do with the death of the Kim Jong-un, which YouTube simulated to me for free without my actually having anything to do with it, any interest in it. I'm not browsing. I'm not doing any stuff like this. And it's just you go down, you scroll down, you check and all of a sudden you find yourself here. That's like Kim Jong-un, an accident, and you read this. It's finally done. Kim Jong-un private plane shot down by South Korean air defense missile. Of course, you see here it's a month ago, but it's a swinery. And you do want to know how this swinery is actually being pulled. In my situation, I described below. I already described below stuff. I did not even realize what you have seen as a title. I'm going to use that as a title. That's a title. That's going to be a title. So I have just created that stuff right now. But I already described exactly what CIA is also doing. Because primarily I saw this stuff as something like indirectly on how they get people killed like this. Yeah. This is not artificial intelligence. This is not related to algorithms they brainwash me with, how it's all done through the algorithms and stuff like this. Ain't got nothing to do with it. This shit is just basically done by the Jewgl, by the International Jewish Network. And I don't mean only by Jews here. I don't target Jews specifically only as, and I'm actually using Jews as a part of the criminal network that traces to London and to the Washington, D.C., and is engaging in espionage for the sake of Central Intelligence Agency, we want to call this British MI5, Germany, whatever, as they work together as one. It's this international network, just as the state of Israel is in return supported, armed, supported in extermination, genocide of Palestinian people. They dollar slave for, if you want to say, Washington or London, anywhere in the world. And you're not excluded from this shit. Whatever it is that you're located at. It's more than a police state. They are pushing their laws, their ideas, their brainwash on the repetition of the lies, whatever you're located through, if you connect yourself. In case of China, it's actually even prohibited when it comes to the Facebook, and because these are really not social platforms. Facebook and YouTube, pushing people stuff like this can be deadly. They're just looking forward, just looking out there to create problems, turmoil in whatever system they want to get their paws on, basically. And so I want to alert this stuff is not okay. This is sick. This is mentally ill, because Central Intelligence Agency loves to talk about mental illness. They have this American government, this Washington, D.C. Congress people, state people, this senators, they love to talk about, also through alternative media, that they claim, oh, CIA is targeting mentally ill people. People at the US government, the Central Intelligence Agency, they're fucking mentally ill. They're sick. These fuckers are sick as it gets. You can see it here. And they don't actually even I did a really good job by giving an example here on how they kill you. But there's other ways to kill you. There's ways to actually denigrate you, to destroy you through reputation, through the lies. The Jew knows how to lie good. Like this guy here, for instance, I use him as an example. He's a co-owner of the YouTube blogger of YouTube, Google. He lessoned me about how he will compensate. It seems like she became already his ex-wife. This beautiful Chinese lady right there that is even taller than he is, on how he will go ahead and compensate her if I will talk shit against him, if I will dislike him on the internet. What? I mean, pal, you don't even deserve to be next to her. You look, I'm not gonna say, and I'm not gonna finish this, but impression that you were giving in a circle of people where you were moving around on behalf of SIA, on behalf of MI5, is completely wrong about me. And it's time to stop this. It's time to zip your mouth. It's time to put you with your SIA boss owners, with your MI5, to the place where you belong to. I doubt you're gonna eventually manage to even liberate Ukraine, to be honest about it, because the clouds are getting above you so quickly, so rapidly, so fast that I hope that you will. But things are turning out for you so bleak, so quickly around the world. Opinion is going so down. You look so much shittier than what the Soviet Union used to be. You look like 10,000 times worse. You look like a pedo rapist of this world, really. This is not algorithm. This is not artificial intelligence. I'm not browsing stuff like this. I can give you activity of my internet and you can go and you can see one. It's not a problem. I am logging this main account where I have blog also posted on. You don't fucking go and do this stuff like this to me also. Send some kind of links to the parties involved from around the world about what my interests are, why I could be a potential threat to somebody I have really absolutely nothing to do with it. And I'm not going to even stop here because it was a Central Intelligence Agency agents that were brainwashing me, tutoring me on how they find a way to take care of Kim Jong Un. They already found a way, and so on and so forth, assuring me during MK Ultra when I did not know what the fuck went on. Why are you doing this kind of stuff, buddy, from Washington, D.C.? Don't do it to me. You got so many mentally ill people in the United States of America inside of the U.S. Congress. That is Supreme Court, inside of the Supreme Court, you can't fucking count. You have one single fucking normal person in there that is sober to act, as you all failed, obviously. Your Bill of Rights is Bill O'Reilly, and the Constitution to you is a toilet paper you use every day. You have a complete disregard for the human life. And it's why exactly why you talk about the human rights. Sick shit. Bastards. I really want to know if this stuff is going to pop up again as I'm scrolling down. It looks like it was, in meanwhile, intelligently removed. It was removed already. The Google is artificial intelligence, the algorithm that they brainwash me with. They brainwash me how they are going to be using artificial intelligence to also undermine, outscore, basically underperform, undermine, overwhelm, not underperform, but overwhelm Chinese workers, cheap labor, cheap workforce in India. So imagine they were brainwashing how this is going to be wonderful when we get machines and they're going to be doing this for the fraction of the human cost, and it's not going to help them work cheap and so on. That's exactly why I like buying this stuff from China too, because it's something human basically that's still there, that's working, and is paying its bills. By honest way, aren't doing stuff like this. I have no idea what happened. This laptop the Central Intelligence Agency sold me is just the way you have seen. The buttons are just gluing into the fucking thing. Like on a touchpad is just gluing, and you don't even have to click certain links. It's links that is just web pages that just open in front of me without my fucking clicking on anything. It's like amazing stuff. You know, and you click on the link like I did, then you get this stuff here. Wow, and there is more about a Kim Jong Un. Look at that. How he is. I mean, this is sick shit. I mean, what? That's supposed to make me feel good because he did so much evil to me or what? I'm not in a situation as I am because of Kim Jong Un. Kim Jong Un doesn't have anything to do with it. What's got the Kim Jong Un to do with it? This whole thing, hijacking, torture, was paid in for, enforced by the American Central Intelligence Agency, which country I even became citizen in 2000. And they disregarded the citizenship. They continued with the torture, even that I would not travel, not even to Slovenia, prior 5 years of becoming American citizen. I would not even travel to Slovenia once, nor would afterwards for yet another 6.5 years. It will continue, became obsessed with hijacking me back to Slovenia, causing more damage, more harm around the world, paying people, governments for torture, doing stuff so they could misrepresent me in the worst possible light around the world. That's how they handle the world. So imagine, like John Lennon said, imagine the world we're all going to be killing one another for the Central Intelligence Agency, for the MI5, for the British, for the 1-800 London cabal. So they will be blessed, basically. It's going to be a blessing for them. Many blessings. What is this here? Finally done, and so on. So this is a sick shit. This is a sick shit. I would warn Chinese government and Korean police, military, don't be fucking crazy. China is doing okay, but North Korea is having difficulties economically. You're not missing on anything. This so-called free world truly is like a commercial, your North Korean commercial about the cold coffee.
that I have seen the other day that they told me, North Koreans told me, this is how you're gonna be. This is fucking worse than the Soviet Union. Because you're not missing anything and any kind of freedoms here. They just want us to kill one another. And I'm glad that you have seen that I had a ability, capacity to demonstrate you what this free world looks like and what is expected of us to take place with us. So you're not missing on anything. I feel sorry for people of Ukraine because it was a Central Intelligence Agency, MI5, that got them into this situation, using me, literally, against my will, disarmed them, throw them on a roulette, just like they did with me, so they could get their, so they could get a right in Ukraine. So they give us a hard lesson, like you had in Korea between Northern and Southern Korea. You kill one another good, give you a lesson for you to deserve American cookie, be entitled to get your cookie. Yeah, I'm missing on anything. They all want us to kill one another, basically. That's how. They deteriorate situations so fucking bad in Ukraine. They made such a poverty in Ukraine that once this war is gonna end, and that's what America wants. That's how the neo-Nazism, fascism works. Then what they want to do is gonna give you fucking grass to eat, and then gonna give you a cookie handouts that you're gonna be grateful for. This is a democracy. This is basically how they deliver. And in return, you get the iron fist. You're gonna do whatever they dictate how it's gonna be. Or you're gonna have another war with the Russia and so on. This is basically like Donald Trump stated. He would empower the Russia for the war on other countries. So they would pay to US for the protection. So first is a good lesson, is a starvation, isolation from the world, from the trade. They mark you as good as dead, label you as a Nazi is no good. Then it's a struggle for your life. And then whatever is left out of you, they take through the ultimatum, then you live. Basically, that's how they govern. And that's what those type of issues they refer to as a national integrity, as a self-awareness, as a national self-awareness. Because if you're not subjected to this type of stuff, I suppose at least this is what they would want us to see ourselves in. We are not worthy of your independence, basically. You didn't earn one. Earn one. You have to earn one, basically, by turning yourself in a slave. It's a sad story. That's what, not really, that I would say the old NATO members, it's the Western democracy was built upon, but we are getting there. We are getting into extremism, using literally Jewry as an example on how it's done today. We can see in Israel where the human life doesn't have any kind of value. And talking about the human lives, not life. You get hard lessons basically on what the value of the human life is. It's getting turned for the worst of the worst. Maybe worse than a fucking Soviet Union. I lost 52 years of my life to this snake. It started this pedo crime, American pedo kingdom, started when I was 9 months old. It's worse than a cup of cold coffee.